Hi, today's question is after self-publishing, what's the best way to market a publication for free? So that was a question that came in today, and I hope we can answer that. So where to start? Well, it's an excellent question because obviously you've created a book, and now the question is, how are you going to get it to sell? Many people have the idea that just writing a book and getting it out there. Well, obviously, people are going to want to buy it, and they will just start buying the book, and that should be enough. The problem is that this can be very disappointing for many authors and self-publishers. You create the book, and you spend so much time. You got everything perfect. You've edited it, and you put it out onto Amazon, and nobody wants to buy the book. And so the question is, well, maybe there's something wrong with the book, but that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is you're going to need to do some marketing. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Hit the subscribe bell or like or leave a comment if you'd like me to produce more videos like this one. Well, let me tell you a little bit about my story. I started with no marketing. I didn't even understand how marketing works at all. So I put some books out and I discovered very quickly that this was not going to work for me. I was not making the sales that I wanted to be making, and the books themselves I thought they were well done. They were edited. I followed all the main instructions, but I didn't understand how to get the marketing. So I came up with some clever ideas. I said, well, what if I post the books on Twitter? How will that do for me? So I would post links to the books on Twitter and I would have them on free campaigns. And then I would see some downloads. I was so excited, to see the downloads coming in. But then after the free period was over, there still were no sales. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll try dropping it into Facebook groups. That was another strategy I tried. And finally, I started doing paid paid people even to post these and send them out to their groups. And that also did result in my ranking going up a little bit, but even those rules have changed. And so it simply didn't work. That was until I discovered ads. But before we move on to that, there's a couple key answers here that are the key to getting things going. So the first thing is a free marketing is probably the wrong question. We should be asking how we can use our money as effectively as possible. Because obviously, if you're earning your money back on the marketing that you're doing, then there is no reason you shouldn't use money. So if I can spend $1 and get $2 back, well, that was a good use of money. So free is not necessarily the right choice. And there are ways of spending very little money. Now, before we even get to marketing, most people have already made a mistake. They don't have a good design on their cover, so that's a big one in terms of making sure that if your cover is a good one, then that would be a key issue there. Your keywords that you have for your book are all incorrect. So when people are searching, they're not going to find your book. Your description is completely off. And that's one of the keys because you got to keep in mind the first thing people do is they see the thumbnail of your book. They first do a search. So are they going to see your book or not? The second thing is they see the thumbnail. That then tempts them to read the title of the book. After they've read the title, then if that's good, then they will click on the title and that will take them to the description for which they can read the description, decide whether they want to buy or not buy. And so mistakes in any of these areas will prevent them from moving to the next step. And so by getting those correct in the first place, we're going to reduce the need to pay additional money in order for the marketing side. Now, running ads is an absolute must, and you can do it very inexpensively. So this is something you're also going to want to definitely consider doing. I know when I started running ads, I saw a jump in the sales almost immediately. And nowadays, this is incredibly important. So you're going to want to run ads because, like I said, when somebody does a search, you can make sure your book shows up on the page, even though you have to pay every time somebody clicks on it. But if the math is being done and the ads are being run correctly, well then you will discover that you can make your money back on the ads. Even though it's getting a lot more competitive, this is still one of the key ways of making money while doing it. The next one is getting reviews. Ideally, you would get it from your email list. You would have people that sign up in your book, that you would have a place where they can click to get a free resource or a free maybe mini book that you can give out or some other resource. And as a result, in exchange for their email address, you will give them that free thing, right? Once they are on your email list, then you are free to contact them. They've signed up, and you can inform them of new books that you have coming out. And in addition, you can ask them to leave reviews. If they become true fans, they will try to help you out. There's other ways of getting reviews, but Amazon has issues with a lot of the different methods, whether you're talking about review swapping or paying VAs to find people to review your book, or these others. And many of these methods have become very ineffective and also in violation of Amazon's terms. So the getting reviews from an email list is by far the way to go. Also friends and family, but that's also in violation of Amazon's terms. So these are just a few things to keep in mind when you're going about doing it. And you'll notice that most of these are free options. But if, for example, having your email list, that can be done for free if you're using MailChimp, for example. And also just making sure that your cover and everything is optimized. But otherwise, I would be doing running ads and running ads on Amazon, not on Facebook or someplace else. Really, the only way to earn your money back is going to be on Amazon these days. So that's another thing. And you can also post links to your book inside forums that may be on the same subject. So that's another way of going about getting readers. But it's not going to be super easy for most people, and it takes some effort to figure out how exactly you're going to run these ads. Well, what have you found? What methods of marketing work for you? Have you found ways that are free or cheap that uh, help you to get your book selling, or are you still frustrated? Why don't you tell me below in the comments, and remember to like and share this video. And check out the link above to my other videos to find more answers to your self-publishing questions.